happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Say we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down just by that title alone. You guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. Guys, I've said it before, this is just the beginning of the end for that corrupt New York Attorney General Letitia James. Guys, that ditch of legal trouble is just going to keep getting deeper and deeper as we're now seeing another major backfire coming her way. It puts her at risk of losing her law license, guys, and I'm excited to get into it. So we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
And now we see that an ethics complaint against Letitia James called for New York state courts to investigate Trump administration fraud claims. So the New York Attorney General Letitia James is the subject of a new state level ethics complaint filed by pro-Trump legal nonprofit America First Legal. So let's put this in perspective. The 3 mortgage and insurance related fraud allegations against Letitia James that we all know about, those would be on the federal level, right? So to lie on a mortgage application could be a federal fraud problem, okay? Could be. And also insurance, I think that could probably be either federal or state. So that's, let's call that a bit of a gray area. I don't think that the investigations at the current time, the referrals include insurance fraud, but I'm sure that if the mortgage fraud has legs, the insurance fraud probably would have legs as well. But now what we're looking at from Fox News is a different ethics complaint, which would be on this. Now, y'all know the strange thing about this is, who is the Attorney General of the state of New York? That's Letitia James. The AFL complaint filed last week adds to recent woes for James, who's also facing a criminal referral from the Trump administration related to accusations of mortgage fraud. Quote, for a state prosecutor who has maligned the president of the United States for political gain, public accountability will serve as a cure to Letitia James's endless lawfare and abuse of power, AFL Vice President Dan Epstein said in a statement to Fox News Digital. The complaint was filed with the New York State Unified Court Systems Committee on Professional Standards, the state-level entity that handles discipline matters for attorneys whose principal office is in the Albany region. So this looks like it's not a criminal level type of complaint. It's more of an ethics complaint because Letitia James, as the Attorney General, is an attorney. So this goes back to our video from previously where we were wondering if Letitia James might lose her law license. You know what? I'm gonna loop that video in at the end of this video. That would be a good video to follow up this, because Letitia James could be in trouble with her law license if any of these allegations are found to have merit. The complaint requests that the Attorney Grievance Committee open an investigation into James over allegations of mortgage fraud levied against her earlier this month by the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Those allegations were published in a criminal referral letter sent earlier this month to the Department of Justice by FHFA Director William Pulte. In the referral, Pulte accused James of falsifying mortgage records to obtain more favorable loans. So y'all, what we're gonna do now, let's shoot into the video where we previously talked about a county executive in the state of New York who wrote a letter asking for this sort of investigation to be opened. So it looks like these requests are coming from different angles. So now what do you think the authorities in New York are going to do? Are they going to say, no, we won't investigate? You know, seems like they have to, right? But Letitia James is kind of, I don't want to say she's the leader of the New York lawyers, but she's kind of like a leader because she's the Attorney General. So in this case, she would not investigate herself because it would be an ethics committee that would be investigating her as an attorney. Could be problems. What do y'all think?
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold public office. She is guilty not only of those crimes, but of countless more crimes by using and abusing her public office to try to persecute an innocent man, depriving him of his rights, engaging in a conspiracy to obstruct our election, and to overthrow our democratic processes and procedures. She is guilty of multiple significant serial criminal violations.
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold.
Now here we have a New York County executive who is asking for Letitia James's law license to be revoked and for her to be punished for these allegations against her. I am guessing that the assumption here is that where there is smoke, there is fire. And Mr. Steve McLaughlin of New York, county executive for a county there, is saying, look, we need to penalize this type of behavior. And you know what's funny? I think Letitia James would be in agreement with that because she came out very forcefully and did try to penalize that type of behavior that she said that Donald Trump had engaged in. Let's take a look at this letter. So the letter says, in part, I respectfully refer your attention to the enclosed materials concerning Letitia Ann James, as detailed in criminal referral submitted by Director of the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency that is attached to the enclosed grievance committee complaint form. The documentation outlines multiple instances in which Ms. James appears to have made false representation in connection with mortgage applications and property records. These allegations raise serious concerns about the integrity and professional conduct of Ms. James as a member of the New York State Bar. Moreover, given her position as the state's chief legal officer, these concerns necessarily implicate the manner in which she handles matters on behalf of the people of the state of New York, including residents and institutions within our county and throughout the state. I believe it is appropriate for your office to review these matters under the applicable attorney conduct rules. Thank you for attention to this matter. And of course, the tweet that goes along with this letter says today, following allegations of mortgage fraud against her, I have sent a letter seeking disciplinary proceedings to determine whether Letitia James is fit to hold a law license in this state. I believe she is not, and her license should be revoked.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. We all know the saying by now. People living in those glass houses should not be throwing stones. And what we're seeing right now is that glass house of Letitia James shattering right in front of our eyes. She thinks she's going to wiggle her way out of this one by using the race card or saying that she's being a bully by Donald Trump. The Trump administration is trying to seek or get some type of revenge on her. No, that is not the case whatsoever. We all seen Letitia James running on the name of getting Donald Trump, taking him down by any means necessary. That brought a lot of attention to the New York Attorney General, and then she brought about that flimsy, phony case, the political witch hunt, and trying to go after Donald Trump, saying that he overvalued his assets, when we all looked at that case and said there was no victims, no one is complaining. The banks that gave Donald Trump the loan was not complaining at all, was all solely Letitia James, and that brought a lot of that spotlight onto her. And now she's upset because people were hyper focusing and fixated on, hey, okay, well, you came after Donald Trump for this, but then you're doing it yourself. That right there is the literal definition of the pot calling the kettle black. Except for Letitia James was actually guilty of the crimes that she's being accused of, and it sounds like she's going to pay in a major way now, with her law license now at jeopardy, at risk. We've seen the federal accusations, the federal charges coming for her fraud. Now we're seeing that they're coming for her on a state level, and that may not be good news for Miss Letitia James, as her law license is really up in the air, and I would not be surprised if they snatched it right from underneath her, guys. But definitely hop in that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. The comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you'd enjoy more content like this. Catch you guys on the next week.